be deist and still buy into biblical.
Yeah, I know about deism and all that stuff.
So when you say that you are not a Christian, that does not mean that you do not recognize or acknowledge a Abrahamic version of God. I mean, you're not implying that you are Sikh or that you are Hindu
monotheist
or some other parallel.
Yeah, just perhaps somewhere between deist and theist. But I have considered Sikhism because I never shave. No. I think we should kind of maybe point to the relevant point, which is like the meaning of life, and that is that my question is like, can you live a consistent and happy life on atheism, knowing that there is no objective meaning of life?
Atheism says nothing about the meaning of life. It's about rejecting God. The case of God has been made.
Now, if we paraphrase your question so that it makes sense in our context, because we don't know that there is no God, we simply have no reason to believe that there is one. Okay, and that's quite a bit different. But I guess having no reason to believe something is kind of the same thing as having one reason not to believe it. Can we live a happy life not imagining things that aren't really there? Yes, we can. We don't have to put an anthropomorphic creator. We don't have to imagine that somebody made this universe just for us. We are not the central pets in a terrarium designed with us in mind. We still,
yes,
with that perspective,
can obviously live a happy life. I'm not saying that atheists are so unhappy that they should commit suicide. I'm not saying that. But can I say that? Can they live, a happy life and keep it consistent with their, as you put it, rejection of theism?
Of course, yes. We are all evidence of this.
Okay, hold on a minute. If I tell you that I have Harvey the Invisible Wonder Rabbit sitting next to me, do I then have to make you bear the burden of your rejection of Harvey the Wonder Rabbit? Or what is the name of this show? The Magic Sandwich. We got Donnie here. Why don't you ask him about his magic sandwich? Why do you reject that magic sandwich? Why don't we just label you for your rejection of that magic sandwich? And every other preposterous idea that was never evidenced or indicated by anything, anywhere, we can make up any kind of bullshit we want and then blame it. That's the situation that we're in. You, as a theist, as a deist, as a whatever the hell you are, bringing up leprechauns or fairies or whatever the hell you want to make up, we are wearing the burden for everything that everybody else says. Well, why don't you believe this? Why don't you believe in this conspiracy? Why don't you believe in these aliens? I don't believe in things that are not indicated. I don't believe in things that are not evidenced. I'm perfectly happy with reality as it apparently is.
What's your problem with reality, Stuart? Are you afraid of dying and not having an afterlife?
Look, the point is that can you I'm sure you well, we kind of established that you reject that there is an objective meaning of life. My question is that and you can also live a happy life, but is this consistent with I know this both consistent. Are you saying? Hold on. Do you create like a personal meaning of life, even if there is no?
Yeah, we've already answered that,
yes,
Sophia.
Yeah. So, but I think this is.
Well, sorry, Stuart. Allow Sophia to respond, please.
Well, okay. Just ask your question directly, and then I'll respond to it. All right. So, what are you?
I don't think he's capable of asking it directly.
You got one sentence right?
So from rejecting that there is an objective meaning of life, do you create a personal meaning of life?
Yes, I do. My ichneumonids, I love them. I like studying them. It makes me happy to sit at a dissecting scope for hours, pinning them and looking at them. And one day they're going to go extinct, just like the planet is going to go extinct. And that's okay. I'm happy.
And what are you talking about, Stuart? Can you deal with reality?
But what I'm thinking is that this is living in a very self-deluded.
Why is it deluded? It's reality.
This guy's a troll. Get him off.
It's you, Stuart, who are
Let
living
me
in a
jump on this
deluded
guy,
world.
please. Let me clarify. Stuart, you are suggesting that something exists. You don't have a reason to believe that it does. You're just suggesting it does. Worse, you're stating that it does. Why do you not understand? How yours is the delusion. You are the one deluding something into existence that is not there. It's not indicated. You're making it up.
Can I just
This isn't.
Sophia.
Like,
Sophia.
the fact.
Stuart, please.
Stuart, just
Sophia.
a second. How am I deluded? It's not going to happen. I recognize it, and I'm okay with it. How is this delusion? I know that they're going to be extinct one day. I don't care, because I think they're cool. Like,
You're saying that, yeah, there is no meaning of life, but we should pretend that there is a meaning
He's
of
a
life.
troll,
We should create
DPR,
it.
get him off. He's a troll.
That's not what she's saying.
DPR,
She's
he's a
saying that
troll,
there's
get him
no
off.
objective meaning of life that applies for everybody, but there can still be something subjective. I mean, just because you're going to die.
He's a troll. Yeah, with that, you're just deluded. You can't make up anything like that. He's a troll.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was great. Fred.
Wait, so how far did I get before I got cut off?
I think you've got off very quickly, John, and you've been quite quiet, so have your rant.
Oh, no, my rant is just that, look, I mean, there is no objective blanket thing, and it's all about, can you get satisfaction out of the short term or not? You are going to die someday, okay? If you can only get satisfaction out of the long term, whatever, then you might as well kill yourself, because you're never going to get any joy. If, however, you think that you can get satisfaction out of what happens on the short-term, day-to-day basis, then you can be an atheist and have a meaningful life. It's all about what can you derive satisfaction from. What can you do with your mind? What do you get value out of? Because if it's only the long-term, then you should kill yourself.
Well, we haven't got any more callers, and I'm going to throw this one open, and it's one that does irritate me. How do theists explain atheists doing good moral acts?
My guess would be that we have the same creator, but whether we acknowledge it or not, we were created, and we were created with his goodness. So whether or not we acknowledge his goodness, it's still all inside of us.
And maybe it's because we think that good works will save us, and so we can go out and sin, whatever.